This is a must video if you want to fix post-Finasteride syndrome, post-acute syndrome, even post SSRI sexual dysfunction, okay? Because all of these three things have one thing in common. All of them, there is low activity of 5-alpha reductase enzyme. That's the one thing. But the main issue is mitochondrial dysfunction, okay, at different levels, because all of these three conditions have different attribution to mitochondrial dysfunction, okay, and I will explain in this video. Okay, recently I was looking at two of my clients' old tests, okay, and I see always the same, okay, any kind of mitochondrial dysfunction, you will see this in glutathione levels, all these kind of things, okay, so every time. And recently I have seen one video from Vigorius Steel. It's a really smart guy. He had also really other smart guys like Dr. Dean Estmart, Kurt Haven, and they've been talking about NAD plus deficiency as a main reason for PAS, PSSD, and PFS. I fully agree, but all of these conditions have then different parts of the mitochondrial dysfunction you need to address in order to fix all of them, okay? So generally it's not only NAD plus problem, because what? You will just supplement with NAD plus boosters and all is solved. It doesn't work like that, okay? Because if you will do this, probably you will run even in more trouble, because you will create imbalance, okay? In this video, I will try to give you at least some details about how to avoid this imbalance, okay? So NAD plus is currency for energy transfer, okay? It's like basic, okay? It shuttles electron into the citric acid cycle, okay? And we have different mitochondrial complexes, and electrons are running through these mitochondrial complexes. We have 1 to 4, okay? And this will enable ATP production, our energy production, okay? So I mentioned this in other videos. If you are from USA, okay, you can do MitoMe, okay? It will show you where is the problem, okay? But I can tell you this even right now, okay? So when NAD plus is low, okay, it means that mitochondria can run efficiently, okay? You have less ATP, okay, more ROS, impaired enzymatic activity. For everything in your body, you need energy, okay? So brain function, energy, okay? Testis function, energy, okay? So why Silagit can boost testosterone by 150 nanogram per deciliter? Probably no other booster can do this, because it improves energy for your testosterone production, okay? Silagit is strong helper in mitochondrial dysfunction, okay? So it's not a standalone supplement, okay? Why I'm also talking a lot about AKG, because it also helps with mitochondria, okay? So it means that everything in your body depends on your energy. If energy is low, your body is telling, okay, we will not make more testosterone, okay? And recently, almost everyone is deficient, and especially if you block 5-alpha reductase enzyme, you are shifting the metabolism in different ways. So there must be always a balance. It's not like I will boost NAD plus boosters and I will fix the issues, okay? So stay with me till the end, okay? In all of these three symptoms, PFS, PSSD, PAS, you see hallmarks of energy metabolism failure. Stay with me, I will explain, okay? So Finasteride, PFS, NAD+, okay? 5-alpha reductase enzyme requires NADPH as a cofactor. It's made from NAD+, okay? But we need to have a balance between, you know, NADPH, NAD+, okay? otherwise 5-alpha reductase activity drops, okay? So also our GABAergic tone will be not okay. We will not produce enough allopregnanolone, okay? So PFS patients often show low NAD+, high oxidative stress, and mitochondrial inefficiency, okay? Antidepressant, I made a video about this okay? So SSRIs are mitochondrial toxin, okay, at high concentration. If you take it long time, it will mess up with your mitochondria, okay? They inhibit complex 1, okay? They reduce coenzyme Q10 activity, okay? And you will see drop in ATP, okay? So therefore, why so many guys are fatigued and so on, okay? So also you will worsen mitochondrial dynamic, okay? So first of all, antidepressant are like toxins for your mitochondria. The same reason why I hate valproate. Valproate is a strong mitochondrial toxin, guys, okay? So that's why I don't like it, okay? So Accutane, if you take a look at Accutane, post-Accutane syndrome, you will see that B12 is depleted, okay? So your homocysteine is high, B12 is depleted, B12 is energy, okay? So also your folate methylation is disturbed, okay? So homocysteine itself blocks complex 1, okay, and create a lot of oxidative stress. Therefore, you have a problem with your erections, okay? So even young guys, if you do the test, you will see, okay, for all, mostly for all three. I have seen high homocysteine in PAS, in PFS, even in PSSD, okay? So high homocysteine leads to DNA damage, impaired ATP synthesis, and downstream NAD plus depletion, okay? So the shared bottleneck here is low NAD plus availability, high oxidative stress, and ROS. Reactive oxidant species can also come from mitochondrial dysfunction. That's the first thing, because mitochondria produce like 90% of ROS, okay? And the second thing is, if you are not optimizing mitochondrial functioning properly, okay, if you have some electron leakage and so on, if you just randomly put supplements in the stack, okay, and you don't have like cofactors and all other things. If you need my help, if you want personal stack for your mitochondria, okay, you will find the email for my coaching, okay? So under this video, okay, so simplified view, PFS, we need to have a NADPH, NAD plus balance. If it's unbalanced, then we have blocked 5-alpha reductase activity, neurosteroid collapse, okay? So PSSD, we have mitochondrial drain from SSRIs because they are toxins, okay? So we have this complex 1 inhibition, okay? We cannot move electrons, so at the end there is no ATP. You will leak a lot of electrons, okay? You will create a lot of ROS, okay? Post-Accutane syndrome, high B12, low B12, high homocysteine, impaired complex 1, impaired methylation, mitochondrial stress, okay? So yeah, guys, that's it. Also, I will talk about few boosters and so on. So also boosting NAD plus, okay? So like I said, always there need to be a balance, okay? NAD plus NADH is an energy currency, okay? It's like fuel, okay? Runs the TCA cycle, oxidative phosphorylation, ATP. It's like entry, okay, what we will give, okay? But then we need to have NADPH, and this is the repair currency, okay? So steroidogenesis, detox enzymes, glutathione recycling, okay? You will see also in test low glutathione, man, guys. Nitric oxide synthase, okay, 5-alpha reductase. So there must be balance between NAD plus and NADPH. I made a video already that too much NAD plus without boosting the balance can drain NADPH, okay, because recycling pathways shifts, okay. And that's the reason why I don't recommend taking NMN on NR in the recommended doses, okay? So it, even if you don't have PFS, PSSD or PAS, you can block your 5-alpha reductase activity with these supplements, okay? So there are much cheaper supplements that you can have in specific doses, okay? So like I said, many supplements, but I don't give you exact recommendation because I don't want you to mess up, okay? But like I said, you have like precursors, cheap precursors, okay? But you need to really know what dosage is the right one, okay? So you have niacin, okay, for example, but you cannot take it every day, okay? You have niacin amide, okay? So you really need to know how to dose this properly, okay? So you also need supplements for NADH, NAD plus recycling, okay? So also, if you are boosting NAD plus, you need mitochondrial cofactors, okay? So for example, one of these is vitamin B1. There are several types of vitamin B1, different doses, okay? With some you can run into problems, okay? So you really need to know what you are doing, okay? Magnesium, okay? So this is also a mitochondrial cofactor, okay? We have also things like already mentioned silagit, okay? Coenzyme Q10, okay? If you really need to know how to connect all dots correctly, there is an email under this video for my coaching, okay? So how to preserve boost NADPH, this is for male is crucial, okay, because this is the key for 5-alpha reductase, steroidogenesis and antioxidant defense, okay. Therefore, for example, silagit, if it's in the sac, can help us boost testosterone 150-200 nanogram per deciliter, which is quite great boost, because most of the testosterone booster can do like 10-20%. That's like nothing, okay? So, and we are talking like, if you go like from 250 to like 450 or almost 500, okay? So you need to understand how you will improve, okay? So it's extremely crucial, yeah? So, okay, how to preserve boost NADPH? I don't give exact tips, okay, because if you do something, don't add other things, you can mess up, okay, but I will tell you what is working, okay. So pentose phosphate pathway is the main NADPH source, okay. You need, like I said, B vitamins, okay, magnesium, okay. You can even have, you can even increase butyrate in your gut, okay. So supplementing butyrate long-term is not good, but there are also prebiotic that feed butyrate, okay. So you can also use methylene blue, okay. So, but dose, always dose is extremely crucial, okay, guys. And methylene blue alone will not fix it. You need, like I said, cofactors. You need to have a substrate and all these kind of things, okay. So methylene blue bypasses complex 1, okay, so it helps a lot, okay. Taurine is a great support for NADPH oxidase regulation, okay, and mitochondrial stability, okay. So I was already talking about AKG, okay, and also glutathione precursor. Mostly you can help glutathione, so you don't need NADPH to fueling glutathione pathways, okay. So like I said, you can start with NAD plus support, okay. You can feed the TCA cycle, okay, things like thiamine, but you really need to know what type, because some type of vitamin B1 can cause paradoxical reaction, okay. So you need to preserve NADPH, okay, things like taurine, glycine. That's why I'm always talking about these supplements, okay. So NAD plus boosters, stay away, okay. So yeah, Also, they're sometimes good to cycle precursor, okay? There is also things like uncouplers, okay? Maybe you never heard of uncouplers. They help to like decrease the ROS at the beginning, okay? So yeah, so I don't want to go too much in details, but okay, this is how it works, okay? So you definitely need to create balance between NAD plus and NADPH, okay? Because one is energy, the second one is a repair system, okay? So yeah, also, like I already talked about, why methylene blue alone won't fix the issue, because it lowers ROS formation, okay, no doubt, okay, improves NAD plus NADH ratio, okay, but for example, if there is a methylation problem, it will not fix. Methylation will work against this, okay, so you also need cofactors, okay, without cofactors it will not work, okay, so also it does not rebuild damaged mitochondria. There is no biogenesis, okay, it's like more oxidative help, okay, so it's like a bridge, okay, it's not a rebuild, it helps flow, but it doesn't reconstruct the system, okay. MOTS-C, okay, another mighty peptides, okay, because it helping with glucose metabolism and AMPK signaling, okay, it stimulates, for example, mitochondrial biogenesis, okay, protects against oxidative stress, works mostly through metabolic flexibility, okay, but for example, it doesn't directly fix complex 1 damage, okay, for example, from past SSRIs, okay, it doesn't solve NADPH deficit in PFS, okay, it needs substrate, okay, again, NAD plus, okay, so AKG, antioxidants, okay, to build new healthy mitochondria, okay, so it's like foreman ordering new construction, okay, but if you don't deliver the bricks, okay, it will not work, okay. So guys, that it, let me know what you think, and if you need my help, you will find me under this email, okay. So give a like, share this video, maybe it will help also other guys. Bye guys.